Hi, everyone. My name is Shireen Griffin Gibson, and today's topic is going to be about the career of a teacher. When someone asks you why would someone chose the job of being a teacher, remind them that the job of a teacher is worth it. Every job has their ups and downs, but when you choose the job of a teacher, it changes someone's life, specifically a child's life. Me, I am a teacher, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about. The job of a teacher is a lot of work. It takes on a lot of responsibility, dedication, motivation. You have to be on call. Depending on what your job is, a teacher job can be several things. I'm a preschool teacher, so I know the job of a teacher is a lot of work. And a lot of people don't understand that the job of a teacher is not just going to a school and watch kids and be a babysitter. A lot of people misunderstand that. The job of a teacher is about changing the life of children, changing the life of adults. Depending on what type of teacher you are, it's changing the life, helping someone get better, be successful. The job of a teacher is a lot. I decided to do this topic because the job of a teacher is very important to me, and I'm a preschool teacher. And I have been noticing for years that I've been a teacher that we get unnoticed. We don't get treated the right way. We're not treated like we value. Like we're not treated like other careers. Like I said before, people think that teachers are just babysitters and we're not. And I feel that people take our job for granted. Um, we hold on a lot of weight. We hold on a lot of responsibility. Um, you know, there's a lot that a teacher does that I want to share with you guys. I want to talk to you about the skills, the responsibility, how the teacher has to go to school and learn so much knowledge just to get this job. So, me personally, that's why I decided to do it. Not just because I'm a teacher, but I want to show you guys the overall process of why, you know, I decided to do this topic and why the career of a teacher is important. I want to inform my audience about the overall process of the teacher because, like I said before, a teacher's job is a lot of work. So I want my audience to walk in the teacher's shoes after I finish my speech. I want you to realize that, oh, wow, a teacher does do a lot of work. A teacher has to do that and do that just to get this thing done. So I want my audience to understand that the career of a teacher should be valued and treated like other careers that are out there. There are three major points that I want to focus on as I talk to you about the career of the teacher. The first major point is that a teacher has to go to school. A teacher has to go to school to, obtain knowledge, and get that education just to become a teacher. Another major point I want to share with you guys is to tell you that a teacher's job is not valued, it's not respected. And my last point is that a teacher gets underpaid for the amount of work that they do. A teacher gets underpaid, and which is not right. But let's go back to our first point, which is school. Yeah, anybody could be a teacher, depending on what grade you're teaching or what you're teaching or where you're teaching. Anybody could be a teacher, but people forget that a teacher has to go to school and learn about the basic skills of being a teacher. You have to go to trainings. You have to learn different strategies. You have to learn different protocols. There's so many things that people don't know that a teacher have to do when they go to school just to fulfill that career of a teacher. It's a lot. Another point is, like I said, they're not valued. We're not respected. People will compare the career of a teacher with the career of a lawyer and be like, you know what, the lawyer is the better career. Yeah, it's a better career because they make more money. But a teacher job is just as important, just as that lawyer, because we are taking the responsibility of putting our, of taking care of children and taking that role of responsibility. My last major point that I want to share with you guys is that a teacher gets underpaid. We don't get paid well enough at all. For all the things that we do not get paid. For all the long hours that we work and overtime, we don't get paid. We get underpaid, which is not fair. We go to school and we spend all that money and student loans. We're getting grants and scholarships just to learn more things about the career of a teacher. But then when we graduate and we come out and get that job, we're not making that much money. We're making probably $16, $17, and it's not fair. It's really not fair that you have to live off that. At the same time, we do have families that we have to support, and we have to go to school, so we want to make good money, especially for all the different things that we have to do. Some of the different things that a teacher do is take on the role of responsibility, plan lesson plans. Some teachers, they have different jobs. Me, like I said before, I'm a preschool teacher, and my job is just not a teacher. Sometimes I'm playing mommy, sometimes I'm playing daddy, sometimes I'm playing doctor, sometimes I'm playing grandma. Depending on, the child, there's so many different roles that a teacher has to take on. And when you go to school, they teach you about all these different things. But it's not fair that we don't get paid for the work that we are putting in and for the job that we're doing as a teacher. The career of a teacher should be treated and respected and, not taken for granted. According to Michelle Chen, she wrote in Teach Magazine, she talked about, I'm just going to summarize what she talked about, but she talked about that the career of a teacher is so much responsibility. And to walk in the shoes of a teacher, you have to be ready to take on that responsibility. You have to be ready to deal with all types of behaviors, challenging behaviors, children with speech problems, cognitive skills, parents, a lot of family engagement. You have to be ready to take on those roles. So a lot of people don't realize that, wow, the teacher does so much work. At the same time, you're like, we're here 40 hours a week plus overtime, doing work, grading papers and everything else that we do. And you're like, okay, so what time do we go home to spend with our family? Very little. Very little. So like I said, the teacher is majority of the time at the school. So, we need to be valued. We need to be respected. We need to know that, we have this job, pay us for this job, respect us for this job. We had to go to school for this job, treat us like the teachers that we should be treated. In conclusion, I want my audience to know that the career of a teacher is much more than whatever you have heard. The career of a teacher is phenomenal. Okay? We are amazing. We try to help as much as we can, but the career of a teacher, we take on so many different roles. We have so many skills that we have to adapt just to make sure we fulfill that change. So I want my audience to understand that the career of a teacher is, much more than what you have been told. Thank you guys for listening to me on the career of a teacher. Keep those 3 points in mind, that the teacher do have to go to school. Sometimes they're not valued, and we do get underpaid. So I want you to keep those in mind when someone talks to you about the career of a teacher. Keep all the thoughts and responsibilities and the skills that I have talked to you about in mind about the career of a teacher. And thank you for listening to me. My name is Shireen Griffin Gibson, and this is the career of a teacher.